One thing I've always found absolutely fascinating about video games are their inevitable glitches, which are unintentional bugs that trigger things to happen within a title that aren't supposed to. Usually, to get these to occur, you need to pull off some pretty complex tasks, and more often than not are harmless during your playthrough, not affecting your gameplay in any significant way. However, from time to time, glitches can occur out of nowhere that very much negatively affect what happens in the title you're playing. And these interesting occurrences led me into creating today's video about the worst glitch in every Nintendo franchise. Here you'll see a few that become a small hindrance, you'll see some that cause you to have to restart your game, and even a few that will destroy your playthrough altogether. Oh yeah, and before I get started, my name is Copycat, and if you haven't yet, then please subscribe to my channel, and hit that bell button to stay notified when I upload new videos. The first Nintendo franchise we're going to look at in this video is of course Mario's, where the worst glitch from this series of games has to be the out-of-bounds Luigi's Balloon World hiding spots. This clever hide-and-seek minigame from Super Mario Odyssey is almost ruined by these glitch balloons, as it takes away any skill and instead is based on your knowledge of the exploits. Thankfully, Nintendo has patched some of the really annoying ones from when the game mode first launched, but there's still several ways to get out of bounds, some of which are really difficult to figure out. If there was some way of reporting these players and getting their balloons removed, then everything would be fixed. But let's just see what happens when this format is hopefully revisited in the future. Up next is my favorite franchise of all time, The Legend of Zelda, where there's one glitch from the newest Skyward Sword HD remake that will cause you to have to restart your game. This takes place in a Lanayru mining facility, where your progress can be halted if you move the certain box in the wrong way, which will corrupt the game. This seemingly happens at random, and the only way to combat it is to constantly save right before you get to this point so you don't have to trudge a long distance to get back there. The next franchise up in Nintendo's history is Metroid, where there's one really annoying glitch in the Other M Wii entry where you can get stuck if something specific happens. This is the unopenable door bug that will completely corrupt your save file, as there's really no way of getting around it other than hoping that you have an older save file that you can return to. Apparently this only occurs if you save your game right after you beat the Redogian boss for the third time, and when you reach the specific door in question, then it will be closed and will remain closed forever. Unfortunately, on the Wii, Nintendo couldn't offer any update to fix this bug, so you're out of luck if you don't have a backup save file. The next franchise we're going to look at is the Donkey Kong series, where there's one crazy glitch from the second SNES country title, where if you pull off a series of moves in the Castle Crush level, then you can actually corrupt your game. You first need to be controlling Diddy, then pick up the DK barrel and walk into the wall to your left. Next, place the barrel down and pick it up instantly, which if done right, will break it and make it appear as if you're still holding something. Next, use your throw maneuver in the specific spot, which for some reason will trigger a Rambi barrel into spawning. However, you aren't going to turn into a Rambi if you enter the barrel, and instead you'll just appear as a group of glitch pixels, which will completely softlock your game. In worst case scenarios, your physical SNES copy will become corrupt, destroying your save file, and may even cause damage to the cartridge's ROM, making it unplayable. There actually is a way to fix this by taking out and replacing the cartridge's save battery, which clears the corrupt data. It's just that back in the day, people didn't know about this and probably just threw out their game. Next up in this video is the Fire Emblem franchise, where there's one bad glitch in both the Blazing Blades and Sacred Stone's Game Boy Advance titles that allow you to control the enemies you're facing. In the Blazing Blades, to pull this off, all you have to do is place a mine on the field and wait for an enemy to walk into it. While they're taking damage, you then need to restart your game, which for some reason puts you in control of the enemy units. This pretty much ruins your gameplay, as you can just get those units to do whatever you want, from dropping their weapons to attacking one of your specific players so that they can level up. Glitches like this one ruin playthroughs, giving the player an insane crutch to use that diminishes any risk involved. The next franchise we're going to focus on in this video is the Kirby series, where the Nintendo Switch's Star Allies entry contains a glitch that can crash your game and completely wipe your save data. This is called the Blizzard Staff glitch, where you need to be equipped with this ability, then go to the Reef Resort level. Next, use the Unrelenting Staff move as a way to fully defeat the level's mid-boss, which creates an overload of ice effects on screen that will considerably lag the game. Next, befriend Chef Kawasaki and go over to the group of enemies to your right, using Cook Pot, which will once again overload the screen with effects lagging everything. If you're unlucky, then the game will completely crash, and when you try to load it back up, all of your save files will be corrupted, and this will end up in their deletion. The next franchise we're going to look at is Mario's wacky nemesis, Wario, where there's a broken minigame that becomes impossible to win if you do something specific. This is the Spario minigame from WarioWare Touched, where if you spam the pause button right before it starts, then for some reason Wario's arms and mustache may not appear. This is a relatively small bug in terms of things, but seeing Wario without a mustache gives me all kinds of nightmares. The glitch I'm going to talk about from the Yoshi franchise is a strange one, where you can accidentally softlock the game right at the end of a level in Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. This occurs if you're hit by an enemy at the exact same time as you jump through the goal ring, which will trick the game into thinking that Baby Mario is still in bubble form, not allowing you to complete the stage without the transfer to the other Yoshi. This can definitely happen by accident during your playthrough, and you'll have to restart the system if it does occur. The Star Fox franchise is next up in this worst glitch video, where there's one really bad one from the N64 title, where you can get stuck in an endless loop that you can't escape. This happens during the Venom Planet after you defeat Starwolf and his allies, where for some reason the cutscene can glitch out, preventing you from approaching the final boss Andross. It seems that this happens if you fly at the wrong angle or too far away from the entrance when the cutscene starts. But it can also occur at random, so if you actually know the real reason for why this happens, please let me know in the comments below. The next franchise we're going to look at in this video is the Pokemon series, where there was one horrible glitch from the newest Sword and Shield title's release that could corrupt your entire SD card. Apparently this issue was pretty rare, and only happened because there was a problem with the game's autosave feature, which for some reason had a weird interaction with the way that the Nintendo Switch formatted their memory card. If you were lucky enough, then you didn't lose any save data, and your only inconvenience would be having to reformat the card and re-download any save games you had on it once again. Up next in this video is the Animal Crossing franchise, where there's one devastating glitch that can result in you not being able to play with your friends anymore. If a player visits someone's island, or if someone visits your island, then they will automatically be added to your friends list, so at later dates you can link up again. However, if your friend decides to delete their save data and create a new island, their old name will be saved forever on your friends list, and there's no way of removing them. Even worse is that you can never again play with that person in online play, as the game recognizes that original island as the real one, and inputting their dodo code does nothing. You can still play with them locally, it's just a bummer that there's a bug this bad that hasn't been patched yet. The next franchise we're going to look at is the Ghost Hunting Luigi's Mansion series, where there was one glitch that caused the Polterpup to get stuck to you, and there was no way to fix it. This only happened in the release day version of the game, where sucking up the last ghost in the hotel lobby would for some reason teleport Polterpup into you, and cause the cutscene to glitch out. Even if you restarted the game and chose an earlier save point, Polterpup would still be attached to you and you couldn't do anything but start a brand new save file. This at least was patched within the first few weeks of the game being out, so if you're playing now, you won't see this issue. The first of the Nintendo multiplayer franchises we're going to look at is Mario Kart, where I'd have to say the worst bug is actually the Switch's Joy-Con controller stick drift, which can make the game almost unplayable. This is definitely a hindrance if you're short on controllers and don't want to spend the big bucks on a pro one, even though mine right now is starting to have the same issue. The real worst part of the Joy-Con stick drift is that it will move you in the wrong direction no matter what you do, and to be honest is probably the worst thing about the Nintendo Switch. Now I know you can send it in to get fixed for free, but I really don't want to go out of my way for something that shouldn't be broken. The next multiplayer franchise we're going to look at is the Mario Party series, where there's actually a few softlock glitches that appear across several of its games. The first comes from the original N64 title, where during the Platform Pearl minigame, you can accidentally glitch the end of the race if you clump together too closely. You know this happens if the winning player gets stuck behind two others, blocking him from going forward. This softlocks the game, making you have to completely restart. The next is from Mario Party 7 for the GameCube, where there's a glitch you can perform in the Apes of Wrath minigame that will softlock everything. This is done if one character bounces on the other's head and is yeeted out of bounds, which tricks the game into thinking that they haven't yet touched the ground, so the minigame can't end yet. The final franchise we're going to look at in this video is the Ensemble Fighting Super Smash Bros. Series, where you can actually wipe your save data if you set records in All-Star Smash mode with specific characters. This can be done with the Piranha Plant, Duck Hunt, and Mii Sword Fighter, where for some reason setting a record on the digital version of the game will completely wipe your data. People aren't exactly sure why this happens, but apparently this is a glitch that's still in the game. Alright, that's going to be it for today's video, guys. I really hope you did enjoy this one. If you did, please leave a like, comment below what you thought about it, and of course, please subscribe to my channel. Also, I do have an Instagram at Copycat Gamer, so go give that a follow. There I upload some cool clips and items from my collection that you won't see anywhere else. Hope you guys all have a good day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!